What's up, YouTube? We're a couple of cunts, we're in the countryside, we're talking about the Oscar nominations. Well, the Oscar nominations were announced Tuesday. Some surprises there, I think we can all agree on that one. Some people I was expecting to see, some people I wasn't expecting to see.
Yes, there's been some surprises.
Yeah, I know. Everyone, I think, was taking it as a given that Albert Brooks would get nominated for Best Supporting Actor for Drive.
Good for him.
And he didn't. The biggest one for me, going into it, I had three people. I was like, they've got to nominate Rooney Mara for the girl with the dragon tattoo. They've got to nominate Gary Oldman. Both of those they did. They've got to nominate Michael Fassbender. Did they? Did they?
No, I know they didn't nominate him.
Which is a shocker. Me and the missus went to see Shame, and you know, the first 5 minutes is just essentially Michael Fassbender's cock walking around his apartment. And, you know, the thing that clinched it for me is a lot of actors have done a lot of shit to win Oscars. I mean, you know, Christian Bale lost his entire body weight.
Christian Bale has just been Christian Bale. I mean, if that doesn't win you an Oscar being that gimmer, I don't know what would.
Or Daniel Day-Lewis has, you know, caught pneumonia and lost his legs
I think he
caught AIDS to,
I think he'd catch pneumonia on a weekend anyway, just to say he'd done it. He kind of strikes me as one of those guys who do stupid stuff just to brag. You like some people say, you know, oh, I've done a parachute jump or something like that to be able to brag about how much of a hard guy they are. He's just like, he'd be like, you know, I cut open a few of my veins and just went and laid in some pig shit the other day just to say I'd done it.
One thing I don't think I've ever seen another actor do, Michael Fassbender did in Shame. You know, you see a lot of films where basically it'll come to the point where a character needs to have a wee. So they'll basically turn around.
Not that many films, but
they'll turn around like this and you'll see them that and you'll hear the piss sounds, or occasionally you'll just see a little stream between their legs. Michael Fassbender visibly does a piss in Shame. Like,
and that impress you?
Yeah, I mean, you got to have some balls. And I know, because I've seen them, to do that on camera. And there he is, cock out, piss coming out of it. When we came out, we thought, wow, you could just sum up Shame with Magneto doing a wee. Instead of him, they chose to nominate Demian Bakir.
What did he do?
Oh, I don't fucking know.
Wow.
He's this fucking no one. He's basically, I think he's Mexican. He's in a film called A Better Life, and he got nominated for a Screen Actors Guild Award. And everyone was like, oh, well, that was clearly a fluke. You know, Fassbender's clearly going to get the Oscar, and then they announced Demian Bakir, and I was just like, you fucking what?
Was this A Better Life film, or whatever it's called, because he's Mexican? Was it like his life suddenly got upgraded from making tacos to drug dealing?
I think one of my favourite things about this year's Oscars, and it wasn't a surprise, I think we all saw it coming, is that Jonah Hill has been nominated for an Oscar. You probably didn't hear that, but our cameraman just swore because he cannot get his head around this. The fat Jewish kid from Superbad is now an Oscar nominee. That no one can ever take that away from him. That's in the history books. He can forever be credited as Academy Award nominee Jonah Hill. Next time he makes a dick and fart joke comedy with Michael Cera, Academy Award nominee Jonah Hill.
They would be a good double team to have back in another movie.
One of the things I'm happiest about is Gary Oldman getting nominated. The dude's been acting since the Middle Ages, and like he's never got an Oscar nomination until this year.
I'm just happy about Gary Oldman. Whether or not he gets an Oscar or not, I'm just happy.
No, well, that's absolutely understandable. Man's a ledge. Brett McKenzie from Flight of the Conchords has been nominated for
Muppets.
The Muppets, yeah. Which, that's just fucking awesome.
I haven't seen that film yet, and I really need to.
I like the Muppets. I'm Beaker. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Nice. I think I'll be Cookie Monster.
I think you'd be Animal.
Or the Swedish Chef, the Burk. Love him.
Or we could be the couple of old gimmers in the balcony just grumbling away.
Statler and Waldorf.
Best Picture is a weird field this year. They nominated Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, which has been like slaughtered by the critics. They didn't nominate The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which was shocking to me. I think that was the best film that came out last year. It was really, really fucking harsh and kind of hard to watch, but it was just fantastically made. Best Picture this year is looking like a race between The Artist and Hugo. Now, I'm pretty glad The Descendants is out of the race, if I'm honest.
Hugo, I've seen the trailer for. Very, very visually impressive.
Oh, fucking looks. I really wanted to. I really wanted to go see Hugo. It's one of the few films I would actually care to see in 3D. Mm-hmm. Like, I have a real problem with 3D in that it's one of those really shitty post-conversion things where they've filmed the thing and then gone, we need to make a bit more money. We'll slap some shitty 3D on it and charge people £8 extra. I fucking blame James Cameron for this cunt. But basically, yeah, But Hugo was filmed in 3D. It's Martin Scorsese, and if he does it in 3D, you know it's going to be good. So that was one of the few films I would have actually paid to see in 3D. But then I just didn't. So, as I said, The Descendants is getting less and less.
It's just George Clooney like, I live in Hawaii and my life is better than yours. My wife might have cheated on me, but fuck it, I still live in Hawaii. I can mince around, drink in a bar all day, and I'm still George Clooney.
Yeah, we went to see a couple of films the end of last year, beginning of this year. I just couldn't get away from that fucking Descendants trailer.
No, that was
George
before
Clooney
Sherlock Holmes.
poncing around in his fucking Hawaiian shirt.
It's like, your wife had an affair. I find that very hard to believe.
Is he your Jude Law?
No, it's just like, he's one of those things like women of a certain generation are always just like, George Clooney, whatever.
But before the nominations were announced, it was The Artist or The Descendants. The Artist or The Descendants. And then Hugo's sort of overtaken The Descendants, and now everyone's like, what's that film? Hugo is an American film, it's set in France. The Artist is a French film, it's set in America. Did I just blow your mind? Yeah. Here's the thing, right?
I fucking hate France.
Yeah.
Here's another little rant for me, but I ended up in Paris last year, and I really didn't want to fucking end up in Paris. I had to go there because my flight was cancelled. It's just sort of like, it's so depressing. Flying back from America, it's so fucking depressing when you're flying back from America. You can almost see fucking beautiful Blighty out of your window on your plane, and then you have to go and land in fucking France, wait there for 2 hours for another plane. It's like, couldn't you have just given me a parachute and I'd have jumped out and done my business myself? Just, you know, fuck it. You guys go and land in shitty Paris. I'll jump out of the plane, land in England, I'll be fucking happy. But no, I had to land in Paris. Moving swiftly on, back to you.
I'd be chuffed to bits if The Artist won Best Picture. Fantastic film.
Loads of people have been going into cinemas.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And just like, the sound's broke. It's like, no, it's silent. I want my money back.
This was in Liverpool. Let's be honest. Just, the silent film is silent. Now, don't get angry. I realise this may offend you to your very core, but if Gary Oldman doesn't win Best Actor, I want Jean Dujardin to win. He's French, and I know that must boil your blood.
I'm not so worried about the French people themselves. It's just ending up in France.
But he's, yeah, I mean, it must take a lot of talent to act well, you know, and get emotions and, you know, everything across in a silent film, and he does it wonderfully with his little pencil moustache. He's from the fucking past. Honestly, he looks like he stepped out of the 20s. Do you have anything to add? Any opinions? You tend to be quite good at predicting shit that's going to happen, so
yeah,
do you want to, you know, hazard a guess at...
As we talked about the other couple of episodes, stuff has happened. Previously, I mentioned about seeing Black Sabbath download. Tragically, Tony Iommi was diagnosed with cancer. So I've unfortunately got a bit of a knack for
cancer, death and divorce. You
know.
I
can't really do anything nice, so I'm kind of thinking if I name films, they won't win.
Okay, so say The Descendants is going to win Best Picture.
The Descendants will win Best Picture. George Clooney will win something for being his face.
We'll do an episode once the ceremony's been and gone. We'll give our thoughts on, you know, who won, who lost. We'll talk about if Jonah Hill's an Oscar winner, much to the annoyance of our cameraman. We can talk about, you know, if Jean Dujardin or George Clooney or even the man Gary Oldman won Best Actor. We can talk about if Rooney Mara won Best Actress. God, please, I hope she wins Best Actress. Meryl Streep's probably going to win for playing goddamn Maggie Thatcher. But
Rooney Mara, I don't necessarily know if she's going to win Best Actress. I think they should make an award for her for Best Ass.
Let's all just take a moment to
just
think about that.
Probably about Daniel Craig.
And we're back in the frame. Yeah.
Well, we've been a couple of cunts in the countryside, and if you enjoyed this video, like, share, favourite and subscribe. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter, and if you didn't like it, well, you know, you probably like George Clooney or something, and you're probably glad Michael Fassbender didn't get nominated for an Oscar, so fuck you. Yeah. Feel free to suggest a topic for us to talk about in a future episode, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, Daniel Day-Lewis, you think you're method, you're really not. This guy killed a fucking wolf.